So here's the gluten-free video that I've promised for a long time. I have my dough, my butter and the topper, which is kind of like making bicolor. I just keep 168 grams from the main dough. As you can see, the dough is soft and pliable, okay? And I've rolled it into a rectangular form in plastic like you would making up butter, just to get the perfect size, okay? So my sizes are, the butter is 140 by 220. The dough is 220 high, same size as the butter, and it's 290 wide. And the dough topper is 190 by 150. But what's going to happen here is when I roll the pastry out, I will size this topper to suit properly. You can see how flexible that the dough is here. And this is the gluten-free pastry that I'm making. Okay, as you can see, my temperatures, I have 11 and I have 11. So just went up to 15 there. So I'm going to incorporate the two and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so as I make a butter block, I do the same with the dough for the gluten-free. I roll it into dough so I get a really nice rectangular shape, and I have the same with the butter. So I'm going to put a little bit of gluten-free flour on it, just a slight dust so it's not sticky. And I'm going to put the plastic aside. So there we have the dough. So you can see it's nice and flexible. And the butter is also flexible. I'm using Anchor butter. Anchor Food Professionals butter for these gluten-free croissants. It has a very good tolerance. It will hold temperature to 34 degrees centigrade. So that's extremely high, and the sheets come already sheeted down nice and thin, so you can use them almost straight away without having to do the bourrage. So you can see what I've done here. I've just put the dough in the middle, okay, or the butter in the middle of the dough. I'm just allowing it to peep out the way it should do. And instead of cutting and twisting, I'm just going to trim the dough all the way down, and I'm going to put it on the side like that so that the butter can be seen. I'll do the same on this side. So just to show you my dough when it's mixed, it should be like this. If the flour, if the dough that you're making is very dry, it could be that the rice flour, or one of the ingredients in the base mix, is probably very coarse, okay, in the country that you're in. What I normally do is I put it into a blender and I blend it so that it gets to be nice and fine. So I'm just going to roll that so that the dough is touching the butter. Okay. I just want them to stick, and I'm going to roll them through the pastry sheeter. Okay, so I've rolled the dough out to 6 millimeters, and I'm getting 750. I'm getting 160 in length. Now I'm going to do an offset book fold. So I'm going to fold the pastry in to the center like this. Okay, till they're almost touching each other. And you see these rough little pieces on the ends, on the edges? I'm just going to trim those. Okay, so that there's no waste. I'm going to put those in there, in between. Okay, and I'm going to do the same on this side. So I'm just going to get all the pieces so that we have no waste. And I'm going to put these have butter and dough in them. Okay. And I'm going to fold this. And this is my first 4-fold. Okay. So you can see it looks a little bit rough around the edges at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut the sides. So just as in normal pastry, I'm going to cut the belly and cut the bellies, just to encourage the pastry to remain in a nice rectangular shape. Okay, as the dough comes off the sheeter for the second time, it's just, you can see it's a lot smoother. The ends are a little bit off, so I'm just going to tap them in with the end of the rolling pin, and the same on the other side. Okay. I'm just going to roll it a little bit to square it off. And the same at the other end. So this dough has been rolled down to 6 millimeters. I'm going to give it one more book fold. So you can see that the dough is elastic. Okay, we're getting a bit of elastic tension down here on the end. So I'm just going to push that down nice and gentle. And I'm going to trim. Okay. So one more trim. And a small trim on the other side as well. So I'm using up every little bit of the pastry. Okay, I know gluten-free is expensive, so we don't want to waste it. As you can see, we're forming nice layers. So I fold that over. A little bit rough on the end there, so I'll just cut again a little bit. Just to smoothen it all off. Okay. And one more time, I'm just going to roll it there a little bit. So the dough is now nice and elastic. You can see we have a nice shape on the pastry. Okay, and just to measure it, it's 190 high and it's 150 wide. Okay, I've given the gluten-free pastry a 3-4-4 fold, and I'm just going to spray it with a little bit of water. And I have prepared a topper. So here's the topper. It's the 168 grams I took out of the main recipe, and I'm just going to place that on top. Similar to making a bicolor croissant, okay? And just put a little top on it. It just helps the pastry from getting burnt. And then I will just roll to make sure that it's stuck. So I go left and right as well. And now I'm going to wrap the pastry and I'm going to rest it for 30 minutes before I sheet it.
Grab your jacket and your shades. We're taking leave from this bleak side.